Top.
3, 2, 1.
Top
Hill, episode 125.
I wasn't up to speed on that one this time.
You wasn't?
Mm-mm.
I had to check the numbers myself.
Oh, man.
Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Podcast. I'm your boy, Mr. Top Hill Pod, a.k.a. Imani Boss.
And I'm your girl, Jamila, with her own boss.
And you guys, welcome to another episode. We're glad to have you here. We are glad to be back in y'all's presence. You guys are already in the comments going off. We love to see it. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and being here and all that good stuff. I hope you guys had a really great holiday, you know what I mean? Of Baragani is Kwanzaa right now for all the people who celebrate Kwanzaa.
They celebrate that in Africa still, right?
I mean,
what do we? My son was talking about we need to celebrate Kwanzaa. He said that to
real?
me today.
Oh shit! You know, get some candles. You know what I mean? Get
It's
the
not
black,
just
green,
about the
red.
goddamn candles. We need to know more about this culture.
Yeah, I mean, I did grow up celebrating Kwanzaa. You know, as a kid, my dad, you know, put that a part of our lives and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
It's a cool holiday. You know what I mean? It's pretty much, to me, he made it seem just as important as Christmas because you
That's
can still
good.
get gifts and stuff like that, but you can also learn a lot. Like each day has its own meaning, and he just
I remember all of that.
Yeah.
I definitely remember like the gist, but I don't really understand like the foundation, the core of the holiday. Like we
Right.
know about Mary and Joseph and Jesus, and you know, like the.
We do?
I mean, we know what they told us.
What they tell us?
It don't even matter.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I hope everybody definitely enjoyed their holiday season. You know, also happy Hanukkah too. Shout out to the Jews. You know.
You know, I'm trying to get one. Did we talk about that on the podcast?
No, we didn't.
Oh, I have been saying that now for like a year.
You can't be you
Like
can't,
before my whole little white man thing.
you certified Jewish man?
Even before this whole anti-Semitic thing kind of came about, I had been talking about Jews, but I'm always like on that frequency. I'm starting to believe that I am.
You might have to stop listening to Kanye so much as you fucking with the Jews.
No, no. His issue. This is the thing. He loved them
Yeah.
until he didn't anymore.
Right.
So he became a man of power and all that other stuff. And my whole thing is, I kind of just want to get to understand them better as a people.
Mm. They're actually, I mean, they're mad relatable. You know what I mean? I respect them. They went through some really tumultuous times, and what they were able to do as a people after coming and dealing with the Holocaust and all the, you know, racism that they dealt with, and then for them to, you know, come here, create an empire, kind of in silence.
Exactly.
And that's really our fucking problem.
And that's what I was saying when I said I wanted to get a Jew. Like, I really want to understand, like, them as a people and how they were able to do it, for them not being such a large group of people, but still be a large group of people, you know?
Right. Like I also talk about shout out to my people. But yeah, I think, and I know one of the biggest things that Kanye said that got misconstrued was that he's more so jealous of them because what they were able to do and accomplish and everything and become this powerful. And it takes time. It took them a long time to get there, but they're there, obviously. But for us, I think our greatest problem is that we just put all of our tea out there on the table. Everybody knows our business. We can't really... Power really does move in silence.
And we have to unite. That's number one. I feel like Kanye's always asking, you know, white men and Jews and stuff like that for advice on how he can be successful and things like that. I've seen him ask in interviews and things of that nature. So he does care about what people think about him and how he can grow and advance, which is cool.
Right.
But at the same time, you became a man of power, and it's like, at what point in time do you come back to your own people and create? At the end of the day, people that become wealthy, you can't become uberly wealthy until you make other people wealthy. And it's like you constantly put on these other white men and their brands and things like that. When are you going to come back to your own community and create some wealth? Same with Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of that. Like, yeah, y'all do a little bit, but where is the community? There is none.
It starts with the family, then it grows into the neighborhood, then to the community. And the problem is our families are wrecked. You know what I mean? There's not enough of us actually creating a stable home together. It's mostly single parents raising kids, or if the single parents can't do enough, then the streets are raising the kids. So it's a systematic problem.
But when do the people of power come down and reach down on the people who do want the help? Although there are single families and things like that, there are some successful single families. There are families here. There are 2-parent households that are doing well.
It's rare now.
Yeah, it is rare now, but it's also starting to come back. Like at the end of the day, when are you going to reach down and get the ones that are here? If it's only a little bit, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Come get them.
Get the ones out. Yeah, celebrate the people.
When are you going to create the community?
We gotta start incentivizing people to actually be together and actually focus on building families, because there's more people.
Who do they want to start this shit? Because it's going to take influence. It's going to take money and power, and they have it, but yet they refuse to reach down and get some of these people.
Reaching a nigga where? I don't know, man.
They can come get you.
They can come get me.
They can come get me. It's a lot of us. I'm not going to sit here and fake like we are not successful black people, and like we are not, like, it's black women. Fuck it. We know that we are the most educated, fast growing in business and things like that. Come get us.
Right.
Come get us. It's easy to find us. Hashtag it. It's easy to find us.
We can't go into it too deep, because I know you guys want to get to the reactions and all that.
This is our podcast.
But once you start doing that, and I think that, you know, black women should definitely be celebrated for taking the torch and becoming more so the leaders of a majority of these households coming up. But that can also stem another problem too.
It can, but it's not just give it to any black women. There's a lot of us. I'm not the only one.
There's a lot.
It's easy to find us. So, not the booty shaking ones, not these BBL made bitches, not none of those bitches. It does not make sense. It's not nothing wrong with them. It's not nothing wrong with them.
Shout out to the BBL bitches, though.
But it's not hard.
Yeah, I think
you can look at certain classes of women. It's a certain class of women.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to separate them. I was just listening to 19 Keys say this, that there is no equality. We for moral standpoint, we make it seem as though people are equal, but everything is mathematical. At the end of the day, that's the only universal language. I don't give a fuck what language you speak. One is going to be one, two is going to be two. It don't matter if you put two things over there, it's going to always be two, no matter what language it is. Nobody is equal. If you're 6 foot and somebody is 5'9", they're not equal. But we want to tell people that they are equal when they are not. There are certain individuals where we got to get out of this moral compass and get down to the math. Get down to the facts. People aren't going to want to hear that. Because if we go back to the BBL bitches, I'm not going to say all bitches, but most bitches, 9 times out of 10, the people that got those BBLs are not confident. They are insecure. Yeah. Those are facts. Yeah, we don't need an insecure bitch.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying though? Like and I'm not saying that it's anything wrong with them. I'm saying that 1 out of that 10 should definitely get her opportunity. Right. But at the end of the day, it's obvious.
I think honestly what needs to happen is more men have to step up and take control of the household, and then the women.
But that's damn near impossible.
It's not impossible.
Because we will have to recreate you guys when you guys have been raised by women. I think honestly it starts with the woman. Even when we going back to math. Here, now something about man's changed everything when it comes to math and things of that nature. When it comes to time, calendars, and all that shit. But at the end of the day, nature has its own mathematical equations and how the universe operates naturally. Right. It starts with the woman. Even when it comes down to the moon, how a woman menstruates, how she has her babies, like literally, I think that it should start with the woman.
Absolutely. So if we started with the woman, then the woman is supposed to be the nurturer. She's supposed
absolutely.
to be feminine. She's supposed to be submissive.
Absolutely.
How is she going to do that when the men are not masculine?
But there are exactly. That's why I say it starts with the woman. I think that we can recreate these men if we recreate our homes.
The women can't recreate the men. That's the problem.
But we recreated y'all to be feminine. Yes, we can. We hold the power. So how come y'all was just so feminine now?
Man,
how were we able to raise you like that?
So a woman, yes, does make more feminine men. That is the problem. Masculine men.
But we can't reverse that shit.
Yes, you can by introducing masculine men and having more men listening to more masculine things.
Right, but what I'm saying is that we can give both of them the opportunities.
These niggas don't even know how to date women out here.
Right.
Like, these niggas don't know how to court women. These niggas don't know, like, yo, like, you're supposed to pick the date. You're supposed to, like, do this and do that. A lot of these niggas don't know. They be asking women, like, where you want to go eat? Where you want to do this? And when you want
Not that they don't know. They don't feel like they should have to.
They don't know. No man has sat down there and told them, like, no, this is how you properly court a woman. This is how you lead. And then once you show somebody this is how you lead, then they understand, like, okay, this shit works. Because as a woman, you're going to naturally submit, be like, damn, this nigga actually knows what he wants to do and do this and do that. But you guys are so fucking used to niggas just not knowing what to fucking do. It's like y'all are on the same thing. Y'all both don't know what the fuck y'all want to do.
I think there needs to be a system created where we can find the masculine men.
Right, yeah. So you gather the masculine men. Mm-hmm. And then you teach them. He's a man.
But the bitch ass feminine men are not going to want to be taught by that masculine man because how you think so?
Yeah, because the masculine man getting bitches. If the masculine man is getting bitches and he's getting money, niggas are gonna follow.
But you got to remember that all these feminine men don't necessarily know that they're feminine.
And that
that's a huge problem.
Okay,
because when we let these men know that
that's
they
the
are
woman's problem for giving them play.
Not even just giving them play; it's just how they operate. Because it's this hyper masculinity too that these feminine men possess.
Explain what you mean.
They fake masculine, this hyper masculinity, but it's not real. They are feminine men.
But you guys can slip that shit out though.
We can't. And when we try to tell these niggas, they don't want to hear it. We're wrong when we can't tell a man how to be a man, but when we give you the guidance, it's not about telling you how to be a man, but we're letting you know that you are a feminine man.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
And we're wrong.
Yeah, you guys are not going to be able to teach this properly to the
exactly.
Men. So
we're not talking about teaching. I'm talking about getting the opportunity, creating leaders, helping women become women, men helping men be men.
There needs to be a space for men to be able to talk, because when men get into their like masculine energy and stuff like that, it's not going to be always politically correct. It's not going to be meant for the media to hear and see and stuff like that, because they'll get criticized for it, because we live in a very feminine driven society, so it gets shamed for it. Mm-hmm. So men need to have their own safe space where they can listen to this information and figure out what to actually do, because we speak overtly, we speak very logical, very fact, very straight to the point.
Right.
You guys dance around the shit to make it sound good, to make, not to offend people, stuff like that. Men don't need that, and that's the problem too. Like, we don't need to be dancing around with all this different information. Give us a straight fact. So
also, since that women have to want masculine men, though. It's more and more common women are encouraging or accepting less masculine men. That is false.
That's false.
What we are doing is we are settling. That is what's happening. Women are not going
to tell you overtly what they want, because it's not politically correct for them to say actually what they are truly attracted and aroused by. But they always go for that man eventually. Like, you always try to figure out, why do these women go for these type of men that do this and do that and do this and do that? It's because that's what they're attracted to. But they can't say that out loud, because out loud it's like, that's crazy. Why the fuck would she keep going out with this dude that he ain't shit and do this and do that? It's because he's masculine. So that's gonna fall into that.
That's true. So. He said Kevin Samuels was teaching it, but they didn't want to hear him. But you don't get to disrespect women. You don't get the disrespect, and sometimes he did. I don't feel like that's how he. He did, and I don't think that. I think he had to do it to go viral so that he could get.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing, but at the same time, that's not masculine either. You cannot bring it to the public eye the way you're doing and not help people. You're not helping anybody.
He definitely was helping people, though.
You think so?
He definitely was helping people. There's a lot of men and women that I've heard has said that they saved their marriage. Women listened to him and actually found it like, oh wow, this is who I am. I actually can take in what he's saying and be like, okay, this is what
I agree with Kevin Samuels like 9 times out of 10, honestly. I just did not like his delivery. It was very disrespectful.
But that's the thing. A lot of women care about how you say things compared to actually what's being said. And for us men, it doesn't matter how it's delivered. Deliver it. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why I was able to receive Kevin Samuels, but at the same time, we are emotional creatures at the end of the day. So, like I always tell men, when they do complain about us, not us worrying about the delivery. I'm not one of those females, but I speak generally for females. Right. If you know that we are emotional creatures and things like that, it does matter unless go get you a man if you don't want it to.
But his platform was based on actually for men. women were the ones calling in and stuff like that, which was great because it had men actually hear the women's perspective, and then hearing a quote masculine man, some people will consider him masculine, how they will react to him, stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, whether they felt like they were doing disrespect or not, they voluntarily called in to him to get. They was the dumbest females, and I never understood that. I never understood that. Some of them were interesting, but some of them really did take what he was saying, and those are not the ones that are going to be the most viral. The most viral are going to be the ones that are crazy and stuff like that. But if you actually go and actually listen to majority of his content, stuff like that, he really was helping a lot of people, men and women. But it's I didn't more find him to be that masculine, and I am very attracted to masculine. His arrogance, when you are confidence is one thing, but arrogance is what definitely like. But that was a TV part too. So like for me, I can dissect what is actually for entertainment and what's actually for edutainment. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff was. I hate clown ass niggas. I don't like entertaining men. If that makes sense, that is what really throws off the masculinity for me. Because I can do the exact same thing. I do understand that you're gonna do it for the headlines. You're gonna do it for that viral post. You're gonna do it. I get that, clout, but I hate an entertaining ass nigga. It is a clown. You look like a clown. Yeah, but that is what it is. Well, that was our top hill topic of the day. Yeah, we did that. We did that. That wasn't even on the list. How did we get here? I think it had something to do with Hanukkah or something. Oh my god! That is terrible. That's hilarious. Top hill, top hill, hell no. Top hill, top hill, top hill. Just subscribe.